Hello, it's Natalie Zangon with a video of the day. So today's video is going to be dedicated to Soheil Zarabi. So this video is going to be explaining why don't we call the bread we eat on Shabbat challah and we call it bread. So anything we want to name and know what it's called, where do we look it up? In the Torah. Because the Torah is where it teaches us what it needs to be called. So if you have a Chumash in front of you, you can go get your Chumash and look up the book of Exodus, Shemot, the parashat of Beshalach, which is chapter 16, line 22. In that line in the book of Shemot, you will see that God commands Bnei Israel that in that chapter 16 that every day they should go outside. It's the story of the man when the Jews were in the desert for 40 years. And God told Moshe to tell Bnei Israel that the man is going to come one omer, one portion per person every day. But on Friday, God says to them, on Friday, you are going to be getting what? Double the portion per person. Why? Because the next day, tomorrow is Shabbat. And because tomorrow is Shabbat, is the day of rest. Tell them not to go outside. Tell them not to go looking for it. Because the portion they're supposed to get on Shabbat, they're going to be getting it on Friday. And that bread is called the Lechem Mishneh. The Lechem Mishneh, the second portion of the manna that you're going to be receiving on Friday, is going to be left for Shabbat. So when we say hamotzi on our bread on Friday night, and what did I call it? Bread, lechem. The bread that we call lechem mishneh, the two breads that we say hamotzi on Friday night, comes from this parsha, the parashat Beshalach, in the book of Shemot, to help us commemorate and for generations and generations to come, to remind us of the miracle that God did for our ancestor, for Bnei Yisrael. More than 3,000 years has passed since that story. And guess what? Every Friday night, those people that practice the laws of Shabbat know that they need to have 2 loaves of bread on Friday night to say Hamotzi. Many, unfortunately, lost the depth and the teaching of where it comes from. And this is where it comes from. And my hope and my dream is to bring back the textual teaching, bring back the origin, bring back the essence. And the essence and the lesson of it is, remember that the same God that brought our ancestors out of Mitzrayim, the same God that took care of our ancestors in the desert for 40 years and brought us heavenly man, heavenly bread, is the same God that's taking care of us today in year 2022. It's the same God that's continuing to take care of us. And the Lechem Mishneh, the Lechem for Shabbat, the Lechem Leil Shabbat that you say Hamotzi on Friday night, it does not matter what it looks like. It's just commemorating that the man came out double. So you need 2 lechem, lachmaniot, 2 bread. It could be any bread, 2 pito, 2 baguette, 2 lafa, 2 braided bread, whatever bread it is. It doesn't matter. It does not have a particular shape. And let me tell you something else. Guess what the tabernacle, the bread table in the Beit HaMikdash was called? Yup, you got that. Lechem hapanim. It was called the lechem hapanim, the face bread. You might ask, why the face bread? Because the bread was flat on both sides, no braid, no shape. And guess what? I believe it was even made out of whole wheat. So it looked really like bread. And it was 12 loaves of them for the 12 Shabbatim, where in the Beit HaMikdash, one of the 3 tables was the lechem hapanim, the bread table. So the word lechem, bread, and it's the bread bracha that you say hamotzi, blessed are you, God, that gives us lechem min haaretz, that gives us bread from the earth. And we remind ourselves that every time, because there was a time that our ancestors got lechem from shamayim, lechem mana min hashamayim, in the desert. That's where they got it. So thank you, Soheil, for inviting me to do this video. And this is why the bread on Shabbat, it's called Lechem. Because the Hafrashat Challah is a whole other mitzvah, is the dough offering that we do that comes from the book of Bamidbar. You could watch that on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Natalie Zangon.